Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is season 43. Hope you all are as excited as I am. Welcome, one and all, chat. I am your host for today's season 43 Majors Draft, AJ887, and I am joined today by a kind of smaller crowd than usual, but still a great crowd nonetheless. And those are three of the PBE Majors GMs. So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
I can go. This is Zach, Comeback Zach on the forum. Nashville's GM, one of the GMs. Yeah. Paz.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Paz. I am the GM for Indianapolis. Excited for the draft to get underway.
For sure.
Excellent. Well, welcome to both of you. We do have a third GM who will be showing up in just a moment here. That is Scud Muffin of the Vancouver Vandals, one of the GMs over there. So we have three Majors GMs on the call today. We were going to have a fourth. Phillies fan of the New Orleans Rougarou was very excited and very hopeful to be joining us in the call, but unfortunately, Phillies is not feeling well. So he did manage to send me some quotes last minute, so I do have what he would say about those draft picks as time went on. Hold on a moment. All right, sorry about that. So, yeah, we are about ready to get on into the season 43 draft then. Now, I see Scud just joined the call as well. Welcome, Scud.
Howdy. Howdy.
Okay, that's all you're going to say? All right, cool.
I mean, yeah. Little
All right.
Texas green for all y'all.
All right, fair enough. All right, let's get on into the season 43 draft then. There is the first round draft board. We have those 16 picks to start out with, but as always, trades may happen as the draft goes on, and those will be displayed on the screen before the picks if any trades did happen that affect this order for the first round and for any subsequent rounds as well. But without any further ado, let's get on into the first overall draft pick of season 43. We do have a quote from Phillies about their draft pick. So ordinarily I'd have Phillies lead us in, but instead, with the number one overall selection, the New Orleans Rougarou are going to select Sobert Randberg, left fielder from the Lemurs, user Ultima Commanda 47. We have a quote from Phillies who says, a two-time career sloth on their third player going one overall to New Orleans. If it sounds familiar, that's because it is. We went back... Wait, does that... because of... Was that Bo Sox they was referencing? Maybe, I guess. We went back to the same well and grabbed another stellar user with elite players, and we absolutely can't wait to get Ultima into the locker room. We've got high hopes that Sobert Randberg is someone we'll be able to continue to build around. So a big congratulations to Sobert Randberg, Ultima Commanda being drafted at number one overall to the New Orleans Rougarou. Philly is really excited to bring you in, and I'm sure all the other Rougarous are as well. So that brings us to number two overall. Number two overall, the Boise Raptors will select Josh Allen, first baseman from the Louisville Lemurs. Back-to-back Lemurs picks here at number 1 and 2 overall. User Agent Smith with 208 TPE. We do have a quote from Hannah of the Boise Raptors who says, we were super excited when Agent Smith joined the league. I know him as a fantastic person from the SHL who worked hard on the Sims over there and is a member of the illustrious Hockey Talk Tonight podcasts. I really enjoyed our scouting talk and felt Smith would be a good fit with our team. We hope he enjoys his time in the minors and is prepared to hit many dingers with the Raptors when he comes up. So big congratulations to Agent Smith. I see both the first and second overall picks in the chat. Both of you, I'm sure, very excited to be joining your new teams Upon the call up, we got Josh Allen to the Raptors with some Raptors in the back of the render as well. Always love to see the purple Raptors showing up in those renders. And that will bring us to number 3 overall, the Nashville Stars. And we have our first GM announcing the pick, that being Zach. Zach, you want to bring us on into number 3?
Yeah. With the number 3 pick, the Nashville Stars begrudgingly pick Jose the Final 43 C9 Van starting pitcher. This was probably one of the easiest picks we've ever had to make as GMs. I thought that they were going to go 1-0A. They did not. And they fell to us at 3. And definitely, as I said, begrudgingly pick them. But no, I'm really excited to get them on the team. We have a very, very, very good minor league system of starting pitchers. This just adds to it. And I'm just excited to get him in the locker room, get him with the rest of the team, and just kind of build on what we're doing in Nashville.
Excellent. Well, congratulations to C9 Van, Jose the Final 43. We'll see how final that is with recreates coming up. But congratulations to C9 Van for being selected to the Nashville Stars at pick number 3. Number 4 overall, we have another New Orleans pick, and with that number 4 overall, the New Orleans Rougarou are going to select Brian Eschliman Jr., starting pitcher from the Lemurs. A lot of Lemurs picks in these top few picks here. User Brian Esch 73, 221 TPE. We have a quote from Phillies who says, "The New Orleans Sloths are excited to bring in another great user in Esch. This is someone we know we don't have to worry about. They're going to earn TPE. They're going to earn league cash. They're going to have a player that's able to contribute on the field and be active in our locker room." So a big congratulations to Brian Eschliman Jr. Yeah, Grizzy mentions 3 Lemurs in the top 4. Yeah, wow, that is Lemurs have a good group of prospects here this season. So congratulations to Brian Eschliman Jr. going to the New Orleans Rougarou, or the New Orleans Sloths, as apparently they're being renamed now per Phillies. Oh man. So that will bring us to our next draft pick, that being number 5 overall. The Nashville Stars back on the clock here. But with the number 5 overall pick, the Nashville Stars are actually going to trade it. Zach, any comments on this trade here? It looks like so the Pathfinders are sending Hitotsu Unagi and number 12 overall to the Stars in exchange for number 5 overall and a season 44 Nashville third.
Yeah, we felt pretty comfortable trading back from that spot, and just kind of weighing our options for the rest of the draft. And we also pick up a former star in Project Saint, the user. So really excited to get them back on the team. And picking up a little bit later of a draft pick, but getting a solid bullpen addition for our team, and just, again, kind of working on that youth core and bringing Project Saint in to lift up the locker room a little bit.
Excellent. Well, that will bring us to the Toronto Pathfinders then for pick number 5. And with the number 5 overall pick in the season 43 draft, Toronto Pathfinders are going to select Tim Cramblin, relief pitcher from the Swift Steeds, the S42 Minors champions. User is Speculadora, 212 TPE so far, and we have a quote from one of the GMs of Toronto, Rabid Sponge, who says, "Considering we have a total of 0 prospects, we saw the need to both move out some cap and make a splash to get some more bodies into our system, and Spec was sitting there still untaken. Relief pitchers are worth their weight in gold, at least active ones, lately, and we saw the opportunity to get one finally to work within our system. We had to give up a great piece in Hitotsu Unagi, but I am confident that Spec will be able to fill that gap quickly with this key piece to the future Pathfinders puzzle." So big congratulations to Speculadora Tim Cramblin for going number 5 overall to the Toronto Pathfinders. That brings us to number 6 overall, the Indianapolis Apex. Paz, you want to bring us on into this one?
Sure. Yeah. With the 6th pick here, we weren't really looking for anything in particular, like pitching or batting and whatnot. Just wanted to get a good user to bring in. and be a part of, the little team that we're trying to build in Indy. And I think we got the right pick here, and we ended up taking Luna Jose Rodriguez Ortiz, and the username is Pineapple. That is legit. I talked to Pineapple. Um, talked to Pineapple on Discord a bit. It seemed like they really enjoyed the league and are super happy to get them on the team. And we got some people on the Kingpins as well that talked super highly about Pineapple. So very, very excited to draft them here at 6.
Oh, and what a name too, Luna Jose
Yes.
Rodriguez Ortiz.
couldn't let Luna get drafted to Lunar Base. That's definitely
It's true.
another reason.
Oh man, what a name and what a username as well. Pineapple that is legit is a great username too.
Yeah.
Like you could go with legit pineapple, but I mean pineapple that is legit is so much better. So that brings us to number 7 overall with the San Antonio Sloths. Or is it the San Antonio Rougarous, since the Sloths are now taken by New Orleans? I don't know. San Antonio Sloths at number 7 overall are going to select Leath Squirrel, starting pitcher from the Bruce City Bears, first bear in the draft, I believe. User Leath the Squirrel, 229 TPE. And we do have a quote from one of the GMs of San Antonio, Juosu, who says, quote, "We knew going into the draft that Leath was one of our top choices and someone we would be happy for to fall to us. I am in the fortunate spot to have been on the same team with Leath in the ISFL and have seen the hunger and passion, and certainly hope that same energy will come to the Sloths now. We had a great scouting conversation with Leath as well, and I can't wait to listen to some podcasts. We hope Leath will take a spot in the Sloths rotation in the future." So big congratulations to Leath the Squirrel, who I see in chat as well. Welcome to San Antonio. I'll see you in the locker room later as future teammates. So congratulations to Leath the Squirrel. At number 8 overall, we have Outer Banks, and we do have a surprise last-minute guest here in Benny the Jet, who has recently taken on the role as one of the OBX GMs. Welcome, Benny.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Here. I'm doing awesome. I'm very tired. But I'm ready to announce our draft pick, because with the 8th overall selection, the Outer Banks Aviators select Carl Johnson, user Oilman Dan. We were extremely happy when they fell to us here at 8 overall. Bailey personally knows him from the ISFL. They're on the same team together. Very, very excited for what Dan can bring to our locker room. It's going to be a long-term arm for our squad that needs more young pitching. Can't wait to see him in an OBX jersey. You get the drift. Carl Johnson, Oilman Dan, welcome to Alaska.
Gotta throw the Alaska reference in there as well, too. So big congratulations to Carl Johnson, Oilman Dan, previously Recreate with Carl Johnson, previously known as Muckers O'Houlihan. So on the new Create, Carl Johnson heading to Outer Banks in the draft. So a big congratulations to Oilman Dan. That brings us to number 9 overall. The Detroit Demons, with this number 9 overall selection, will take Joseph Jolly, shortstop from the California Firehawks, user Joe Steele, 203 TPE. We have a quote from Taco Shop, one of the GMs over in Detroit, who says, quote, "I had a great conversation with Joe Steele and becoming a superstar for the Demons." Okay. A few people in the war room like him as a user and thought he was a great fit for our team. I am excited to see what comes next for you as the Demons continue to be playoff contenders. So big congratulations to Joseph Jolly, shortstop, headed to the Detroit Demons on the call up. That brings us to number 10 overall. The Cancun Toros are now on the clock here with their first pick of the draft, and with their first pick of the draft, they will trade it. It's headed over to the Detroit Demons, and in return, the Detroit Demons are sending their first round pick for season 44. So the Demons trading back into the first round here to grab another pick in back-to-back pick fashion here. And number 10 overall, the Detroit Demons add to their draft class for season 43 with Corin Abernathy Jr., relief pitcher for the Anchorage Wheelers. User Laser, 206 TPE so far. And we have a quote from Taco Shop once again, who says, I had a great conversation. Sorry, that was a previous quote. Everyone knows Laser was going to come back to Detroit with another create, but we did have to scare him, not taking him with our first pick. We are so excited to have him be part of the team again on our relief pitcher. Hopefully this player can find some success early in his career for the Demons. All right, so welcome back to the Detroit Demons Laser with the new player Corin Abernathy Jr. Looks like they're maybe a multi-sport athlete too, with a looks like football uniform going on there. That brings us to number 11 overall, the Outer Banks Aviators back on the clock. Listen, Dirk. Listen. Maybe some slides got messed up with the ISFL's draft. It's all good. No, it's a two-sport athlete. All right. Benny, you want to bring us into number 11 overall?
Yeah, I can definitely bring us into 11 overall. I believe that we traded this one back to 12 overall, though. I believe it should be the Stars.
You're right.
On the clock at 11 overall. Yep. So we will let them announce 11 overall.
Yeah, yeah. My bad. I forgot about the trade.
Yeah. A lot of trades. I'll explain it really quick. We wanted to move up just to make sure we could get this person. We were a little bit worried that they might get picked here, and we really liked them. We had a good conversation, and our war room was very excited that they were still available. So, that being said, with the 11th pick in the draft, Nashville selects... I don't know how to say the name backwards, but Inez Cove, Shawnee.
Inez,
yes. Yep. This is a great pick. I had a great conversation with Shawnee. Like I said, our war room was buzzing that they were still available. We definitely have a freaking plethora of starting pitchers, so we really wanted to get a fielder as well. And I felt like this was a really, really, really good pick, and trading up one spot and a little bit of cap was definitely worth it. So, Shawnee, welcome. I see you in chat, and I will get a locker room invite sent to you shortly.
Chat is informing us that it's pronounced Wynese. Wynese Cove.
I lied.
So I will be sure to try and remember that for when I'm streaming the actual
we're gonna whine knees about his TV being wrong. Okay, I'm gonna walk away now.
As the former Rana's GM, that's a great pick. Just putting that out there.
Excellent. Well, congratulations to Shawnee Wynese Cove with 211 TPE now for being selected to the Nashville Stars at pick number 11. That brings us to number 12. Now, Benny, would you like to lead us into the next one?
Yes. We are now back on the clock, and we have 500K more in cap space. And that's awesome. Now, OBX was not looking for an outfielder, which is why we made that deal. Figured Nashville was going to draft that user. However, with 12 overall, we did select someone else. With 12 overall, the Outer Banks Aviators selected Scott McNeely, user Running Man 434. We had a great chat with Running Man, because they're a fellow New England sports fan in the eyes of Bailey. When our war room saw them available, we knew that they were the pick for us. We think they're going to be one of the biggest steals in this draft, and we definitely need a better catcher than we have now, because AW is just a little bit stinky. We're excited to see what McNeely can bring. We're very excited to welcome him to Outer Banks.
Also a little bit old, Kim, getting a little bit up there in age, but still usable for the time being, you know.
He's at like 1600 TPE.
Yeah, so still a good rate. So Scott McNeely, future catcher of OBX, the future of the team behind the plate. So congratulations to Scott McNeely for being selected there at number 12 overall. That brings us back to New Orleans with their third pick in the first round here at number 13 overall. And with this pick, New Orleans is going to select Valorant Arcanum, starting pitcher from the Dillos, user Lemonoppy. I had to make sure that that wasn't a typo. Lemon Oppie, not Lemon Poppy. 225 TPE, and we have a quote from Phillies who says, Lemon Oppie is a newer user coming to us already highly touted from the ISFL. Everyone we talked to couldn't say enough great things about Lemon Oppie, and we're excited to bring them into the Rougarou family. They've got one of the highest upsides of any of the new users in the draft, in my opinion, and we're just so excited to have them here. So big congratulations to Valorant Arcanum Lemon Oppie for being selected here to the New Orleans Rougarou. And yeah, I agree with Hummus in the chat there. This is a fantastic render by Grizzy. All of the renders are fantastic. But it's always fun to see, especially these, as someone whose current player is based off an anime character myself. Always fun to see these kind of anime style renders. So fantastic work as always by all of the draft graphics team. Thank you once again for making this this draft presentation so wonderful. And that brings us to number 14 overall, which is the Cancun Toros, back with their actual first pick of the first round after trading away an earlier draft pick here. At number 14 overall, Cancun Toros are going to make a selection, and they are going to select center fielder, who is not actually a center fielder, but they're a starting pitcher from the Brew City Bears, user Fnordy Psyduck, 180 TPE, and my former GM in the DSFL. We have a quote from Twitchy who says the Toros are proud to select center fielder with the 14th pick. The fireballing future ace has a tremendous ceiling, and we can't wait to have him pitch for Cancun. So big congratulations to center fielder, the starting pitcher. Do not be confused by the name and the position. It's two different things there. Center fielder is the name, starting pitcher is the position. Someone better make starting pitcher the center fielder for the next draft. Like that, the name starting pitcher, but they're a center fielder. I want to see it. So that brings us to number 15 overall, with the Death Valley Scorpions on the clock for the first time in this draft. And with number 15 overall, the Death Valley Scorpions are going to select Daniel King, third baseman from the Florida Flamingos, 200 TPE, user DKing395. This is not any relation to Dan King or Dan King Jr., previous players in the PBE, but DKing395, Daniel King, heading to the Death Valley Scorpions at pick number 15. I see you in chat with the subscription. Thank you very much for subscribing for 3 months. And a big welcome to Death Valley as a future Scorpion, a future infielder for the Death Valley Scorpions. Yeah, no relation to Motion. So just a real fun coincidence between these two names. We got Dan King, Daniel King, and Dan King Jr. all as different. Well, I mean, two of them were the same user, one is a different user. But big congrats to DKing395 for being selected here at pick number 15 to the Death Valley Scorpions. Now, number 16, we need to make a super team of Daniel/Dan Kings. I don't think we have enough yet, but we'll get there one day. Number 16 overall, the Lunar Base Space Ranger. A big thank you to Scud for subscribing at Tier 1, 22-month streak. Much appreciated, Scud. We have a hype train incoming. Everyone go subscribe, and we'll keep this hype train rolling. Number 16 overall, the Lunar Base Space Rangers will select Robert Green, relief pitcher from the Florida Flamingos. User is RobJG2, 183 TPE. And we have a quote from Dirk who says, from the outset, Rob was highlighted as one of our top pitching prospects. We were genuinely elated to discover he was available when our turn came in the draft. During our preliminary discussions, Robert shared his ambitious aspirations along with a well-thought-out strategy to realize them. We firmly believe that Green embodies the ideal pitcher we seek. We eagerly anticipate him joining the ranks of the illustrious Space Ranger Slingers. So big congratulations to Robert Green, RobJG2, for being selected at pick number 16 to the Lunar Base Scorpions. You guys started gifting subs and cheering and everything while I'm in the middle of a quote. So, Paz, thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs, total of 148 in the channel so far, including at least one, looks like one of the draftees today as well, Leah the Squirrel. At least one. And thank you, Scott, for cheering 100 bits as well. We are, we are rolling with that hype train. Keep it coming, people. Much appreciated to all of you. But that's the first round. If you want to take a screenshot of the first round, go for it. But all the draft slides, the draft renders will be available on the forum later, as well as all of the draft trades that happened. And then what else was I going to say? I just completely blanked for a second there. The actual draft itself will be posted to the forum as well later on. Did I say Lunar Base Scorpions? I meant Lunar Base Space Rangers. My mistake. All right, so that brings us to the second round now, and thank you, Scud, for cheering another 100 bits. Tactical interrupt because you're waiting to speak. It's almost there, Scud. Number 18's coming up. But number 17 overall, the New Orleans Rougarou will make their next selection. The first pick of the second round, the New Orleans Rougarou select O's Bones, starting pitcher from the Swift Steeds. Don't Cut the Block Dragon is the username. TPE is at 205 so far. And we have a quote from Phillies who said, "We had some really good chats with Don't Cut the D Block Dragon. We had some really good chats with Don't Cut the D Block Dragon, and we're excited to bring them home. They've got some very ambitious goals and understand what's required to fulfill them and have a plan to do so. We've got high hopes for them and are excited to see O's Bones' career." So a big congratulations to O's Bones of the Swift Steeds. Don't Cut the D Block Dragon, headed to the Rougarous on the call up. All right, Scott, you want to talk? Here's your chance with leading us into number 18 overall.
Nah, I don't really feel like it anymore.
No, okay.
But no, so with 18 overall, I feel like it's back-to-back seasons where we've drafted an absolute bust in the second round. So with this one, we picked up Darren Clapp, the pitcher from the Florida Flamingos. Not much to say about Babs, other than a bunch of busts in the chat, but no, we get to pick Babs' player again. Going to get a consistent pitcher out of this one, and obviously a lot of experience, obviously as my co-GM, and high hopes. He has the expectations of a first rounder, so I hope he doesn't let me down.
Absolutely. I mean, you said like what could be said about Babs, and I mean Babs has been such a great user for the PBE in general, and the amount of work that I see the both of you putting in the Vancouver Vandals is just really great to see. So congrats to Babs for drafting yourself. What was that?
I said we trying.
Yeah. Well, big congratulations to Babs for drafting yourself here to the Vandals at pick number 18. So number 19, the Toronto Pathfinders are back on the clock here. And with this number 19 overall selection, the Toronto Pathfinders are going to trade it. It's headed to Lunar Base Space Rangers, and in return, the Space Rangers are sending to the Pathfinders Notice Ixon. Notice Ixon headed to the Toronto Pathfinders in return for this particular pick. And so the Lunar Base Space Rangers will select Starburn's Glorbenspiel, starting pitcher from the Hepcats. Lock 180 is the user. We have a quote from Dirk. This is a pretty long one, so buckle in. Quote, Starburn's Glorbenspiel undoubtedly possessed the most distinguished name in this draft, a significant factor in our pre-draft evaluations. As the final available pitcher, we seized the opportunity to reinforce a role that is indispensable in the PBE. Continuing our tradition of welcoming Sim League veterans, Starburn's promises to be an impeccable addition to the Space Rangers on the Moon. I would also like to extend our heartfelt wishes to Notice Ixon for a prosperous journey with the Pathfinders and his future endeavors. Ixon's contribution to the Space Rangers has been invaluable, echoing the legacy of his predecessor, Spruce Butter. His departure is truly poignant for us, but we fondly reminisce about his tenure with the team and have nothing but accolades to share. So, heartfelt send-off to Notice Ixon, but a big, hearty welcome to Starburner's Glormenspiel from the Lunar Base Space Rangers GM Dirk Diglett. So that brings us to number 20 overall. Number 20 overall, Seattle is on the clock with their first pick of the Season 43 draft, and with it, they will select Griffin Berry, catcher from the Puerto Rico Ranas user Sir Bongo, who I know has had a few creates in the PBE to this point, and are now on this new one in Griffin Berry, a catcher with 178 TPE already, with a 230 average and a 278 OBP. A big congratulations to Griffin Berry. Jimbo of the Sea Serpents said that they were in need of a bat, and that the best available one in their eyes was Griffin Berry Sir Bongo. So big congratulations to Sir Bongo Griffin Berry for being selected to the Seattle Sea Serpents at pick number 20. Pick number 21 was forfeit due to cap penalty, so we move along to the number 22 overall with Paz. You want to lead us into to your next pick here? Looks like you're muted. Oh.
Yeah, I clicked on it twice really quick. That's my bad. But yes, with this 22nd overall pick, originally we get a pitcher for the future with Pineapple that we drafted in the first round. Now we were looking to see if there were any sort of bats available, potentially, to solidify the group in Indy. And we did find a batter that we liked, and super happy to draft Vincent Asaro. Username as SRD. I'm assuming that's YouTube. SRD on YouTube, and they were third baseman. Play for the Swift Steeds. T Stoles is somebody that's been super helpful with Indianapolis and in the Swifties locker room as well. I know. Talk very highly of them and seemed like a great pickup to have on the team. So very, very happy to have Vincent on the team for the future.
Oh, congratulations to Vincent Asaro, drafted to the Indianapolis Apex here at pick number 22. That brings us to number 23. The San Antonio Sloths are back on the clock, and with number 23 overall, the Sloths select Calvin Cool Crab, center fielder from the Swift Steeds 4D chess, 170 TPE, 257 average, and a 299 OBP. 4D chess, a very known staple in the league, and has headed to the Crabs a few times before, and with the name of Calvin Cool Crab, now headed to the San Antonio Sloths instead. So big congratulations to Calvin Cool Crab, 4D chess. Looking forward to being teammates in the Sloths locker room going forward. Welcome to San Antonio. So that brings us to number 24 overall, and the Providence Crabs are now on the clock here with their pick. At number 24 overall, the Providence Crabs will select no one. They'll trade it. 24 overall is headed to the Outer Banks Aviators in exchange for $250K in season 44 cap. And so Crabs gain a little bit of cap room here for for not this season but next season in exchange for this pick, number 24 overall. Benny, you want to bring us on into number 24 overall?
I would too. So we're looking to grab some available and active players at this point in the draft, and we did. With the 24th overall pick, the Outer Banks Aviators select Red Panda, user Lamore7. A quote from Bailey here: "Who doesn't love a red panda?" I think that we know Lamorse is going to be a great presence in our locker room based on what they've done in other sim leagues. We think they're going to bring some cuteness to our team. We love you, Red Panda. We hope we can continue to get them to earn. We're super excited to have them in OBX and in our locker room. That's all.
Excellent. Well, a big congrats to Red Panda Lamorse 7 for being selected here at pick number 24 to the Aviators. Number 25 overall, Detroit Demons are back with their next pick, and with the number 25 overall pick, they will select Tyler Toksum, shortstop from the Dillos. Username is the same, Tyler Toksum. 152 TPE, 255 average, 319 OBP. We have a quote from Taco Shop who says, Tyler was another wonderful conversation that I was able to have. I was excited for them to fall to our second pick because many of our War Room members like his earning efforts from other leagues. Hopefully that success will carry over to Detroit and make us stronger in the future. So big congratulations to Tyler Toksum of the Dillos, headed to the Demons on the call-up. Picked here at number 25. Number 26, the Boise Raptors are on the clock here. And as with the Vandals a little bit earlier on in the second round, they also had a GM pick to make here in the second round. So the Boise Raptors will take their GM. We'll start with the quote from Hannah, who says, "You say the name Retsnomi Kalyag." Cal like calendar. So Retsnomi Kalyag. Her friends in Genovia call her Callie. A bust, sadly. End quote. So, Retsnomi Kalyag Cove, starting pitcher from the Firehawks, user the GM Murr, or Hannah, drafting themselves to the Boise Raptors here at pick number 26. So, congratulations to Callie Cove. I think I'm gonna stick with the nickname of Callie from here on out for the regular season streams, just for convenience sake, because otherwise my brain is just gonna melt anytime I see that name. So congratulations to Callie Cove for being selected here at pick number 26 overall.
You gotta love the self-confidence every GM has when they pick themselves.
Yeah, they just always call it a bust. Yeah.
Everyone calls themselves a bust.
Yeah, I did it when I drafted Marvell to the Vandals all those years ago. So I know.
And it ended up being true.
It's true, yeah. So, all right, moving on, number 27 overall. Benny, you want to lead us on into this one as well?
I can.
Right.
With the 27th overall pick, the Outer Banks Aviators select Anthony Simmons III, user Starchy Chaff. They are a first baseman. See that 137 TPE? We're hoping to crank that up. Think they could be a potentially really good user for us in our locker room. We're excited to get them into our locker room, see what we can do.
All right, well, a big congratulations to Anthony Simmons III. Out of curiosity, I went back, and it does appear like there is a Anthony Simmons 1 and 2, because that's not always a guarantee with some of these names. We've seen some people with the third in their name that haven't had a 1 and 2, but Anthony Simmons III is indeed the third Anthony Simmons in the league. So congratulations to Anthony Simmons III for being drafted to the Outer Banks Aviators here at pick number 27. Pick number 28 was forfeit due to cap penalty from the Pathfinders, so that brings us to number 29 overall, that being from the Vandals. Scott, do you want to lead us on into to your next pick here, number 29 overall? Looks like you're muted. Oh, there you go.
I'm not muted. What are you talking about?
Not anymore.
Go ahead and go into the slide, because I can't remember who we picked. Yeah, okay, so it is who I thought it was, but yeah. We drafted Ted Stern again with the shortstop, Steel Stern. You look at the TPE, and hopefully we can get him active. I know he's going through some IRL stuff, but I know that he'll be back at some point, and I know we're looking at him to come back better than ever. So some will say reach, some analysts will say reach, but I think this pick will be good in the future. So have some faith.
Well, congrats to Steel Stern for being drafted at pick number 29. And brings us to pick number 30, New York's first pick in the draft, and they will trade it. So back to you, Scott. So Scott, a little bit any comments on this trade here? This pick, along with 46 overall, sent to the Vandals from New York, and in exchange, New York receiving $4 million in cap over season 44 and 45.
So my little crystal ball is going to tell me we're going to have a lot of cap over the next couple of seasons. So did big try to get some players in this draft, traded for some capital that we probably are going to be free to give it away for. So, at least try to get some early picks in this one, and then, maybe conserve draft capital in the next couple of drafts. So.
All right. Well, you want to lead us on into your next draft pick then?
So, with this pick, as I'm scrolling up because my memory is that of a goldfish, so we went with try to refill our infielder depth, and we went with the third baseman Hound Streamer. So I think everyone knows who he is based on the joint recruiting effort that we've done on his streams, and he's gotten a little bit of TPE. Obviously, with you're looking at a little bit of a reach, especially in the second round, but definitely got some high hopes for him, and we're excited to have him in the locker room.
Well, big congratulations to Hound Streamer, who I know is in chat. I saw you a little bit earlier. Laptop Hound. What's up?
I didn't say anything.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Laptop Hound Streamer headed to the Vandals here at pick number 30. Love this render too. This is another great one with the dog picture. So congratulations, Hound Streamer, for being selected to the Vandals here at pick number 30. Number 31 was forfeit due to cap penalty, and so that will bring us to number 32 overall. Zach, feel like we haven't heard from you in a little bit of time here. Do you want to lead us on into your next pick?
Yeah, this is actually our last pick I think we make in this draft, and boy, did we save the best for last. We drafted me, Ichiban Sakudo, shortstop. I recreated like a week later because I wanted to save my last player, Billy Nelson, for a season, this past season, the majors. And so I felt like it was time for me to recreate, and we're going to need a shortstop eventually. Unfortunately, Toast is not going to, his player is not going to be around forever. So I will ideally be the next shortstop for the team. And I'm excited to have a shortstop, and we'll see how the speed shortstop archetype goes. It hasn't really been done as far as I know yet. But yeah, I am very excited to join this core that we have currently growing in the core we drafted in this draft.
No, I think this user is going to struggle to earn above the minors cap. Certified bust right here.
Yeah, probably. You're right.
Harsh words coming from former teammates. So, congratulations to the Stars for getting another probable high earner in one of your GMs, Ichiban Sakudo. Congratulations. So there's the second round. We'll go ahead and head on to the third round. And as we do, I think you guys will notice that it's not as empty as the first couple of rounds have been in terms of spaces available for picks here. As all but 4 of the picks are forfeit due to either cap or punishment penalties. So we only have 4 picks in the third round here. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. But number 33 overall, the Providence Crabs are going to select T1000, third baseman from the California Firehawks. User Matt Bake 12, previously known as Mark Burley. Bark Murley. Sorry, my brain melted. I said the actual baseball player name instead of it's Bark Murley. Matt Bake 12. T1000 is the new player, third baseman, with 159 TPE. Headed back to the team that I believe they spent the most amount of time on with Bark Murley, being the Providence Crabs. So big congrats to Matt Bake 12 for being selected pick number 33 back to the Providence Crabs. 34 was forfeit, so we head to 35 overall with the Seattle Sea Serpents, who with the number 35 overall selection will take no one. They'll pass. Number 35 is passed, and number 36 through 43 are all forfeit due to cap or punishment penalties. So we head to number 44 overall with Lunar Base taking Jose the Final 43 Jr. Not to be confused with Jose the Final 43, just without the junior, who got picked at number 3 overall in this draft. But Jose the Final 43 Jr., Miss Obvious, the user, relief pitcher from the California Firehawks. 100 TPE. Apparently, it's Van's son. Makes sense with the junior. Could have been completely unrelated, I suppose, but kind of makes sense. So congratulations to Miss Obvious, Jose the Final 43 Jr. Headed to Lunar Base Space Rangers at pick number 44.
No write-up? What the heck? Lunar Base?
I didn't call them out or anything. No reason for that. Number 4, starting drama already here. Just
Oh, it's just a playful
it's
joke.
not even the extended off season. Okay. Number 45 is forfeit due to cap penalty, that being the Surge. Number 46, the Vandals will pass. So we have our second pass of the draft here with the Vandals. So both the Sea Serpents and Vandals are out for the rest of the draft. They will forfeit all remaining picks that they would have had. 47 and 48 were forfeit, so that brings us to the 4th round, which is actually a little bit more open here. And so at number 49 overall, we do have a selection from the New Orleans Rougarous, who will take Timothy Jimothy Jr., catcher from the Flamingos, user Crazy Tomato. 177 TPE. We do have a quote from Phillies who says, Timothy Jimothy Jr. might be the best name in the draft. They've already proven they can earn well and are in a position of need for us. The fact that they're available still in the 4th is crazy, Tomato, and there's no way we're passing on that kind of talent this late in the draft. The Tomato part was added by me, by the way. That wasn't part of Phillies' quote, but congratulations to Timothy Jimothy Jr., Crazy Tomato, for being selected at pick number 49 to the Rougarou. Pick number 50, the Raptors are going to pass, as will the Nashville Stars at 51, and the Indianapolis Apex will also pass at 54. The San Antonio Sloths will also pass at number 55, bring us to number 56 overall. The Providence Crabs back on the clock here, and with the number 56 overall selection, they will take Diego Javier Franco, user South of Heaven, Anchorage Wheelers, right fielder, 136 TPE, 285 batting average, and a 331 OBP. Diego Javier Franco, the right fielder of the future for the Providence Crabs here. I know South of Heaven is a recreate. I believe their previous create was Remington Stevens at one point. Maybe they had someone in between there that I'm just not remembering, but South of Heaven, welcome back. And Diego Javier Franco will be headed to the Crabs at pick number 56 here. Pick number 57, the Detroit Demons will select Mike Kinsella, relief pitcher from the Wheelers. Emol Braun is the user. 100 TPE with a 3.20 ERA and a 1.49 whip. Detroit Demons looking for a potential relief pitcher to get some innings in the bullpen for them in the future. So big congratulations to Kinsella for being selected here at pick number 57 to the Detroit Demons. Pick number 58, the Cancun Toros will pass, and so that will bring us to number 59 overall, the Outer Banks Aviators. Benny, you want to bring us into your next pick?
Well, at this point in the draft, your options are either pass or play.
Mm-hmm.
And in OBX, if you've been around the league for a while, we never pass. So with the 59th overall pick, the Outer Banks Aviators will select Archduke McCannon, user TR Limitless. They are a shortstop. They do have 134 TPE. They come from the Lemurs. We think that there's a decent chance that they'll stay fairly active. And, we'll see what happens when it goes down the line. Pretty excited to get them here. Look for us to keep picking down the line.
All right. Well, congratulations to Archduke McCannon for being selected here at pick number 59 to the Outer Banks Aviators. That'll bring us next to number 60 overall. Number 60, the Toronto Pathfinders will pass. So number 61, the Buffalo Surge take their next selection. And that will be Slim Mathers, left fielder from the Hepcats. Venomous Wario is the user, 109 TPE. As you notice, as the picks start to wind down here in the fourth round, some of these TPEs getting a little bit lower. A lot of these players most likely have gone inactive, and teams are taking kind of flyers on them, trying to bring them back to the league and bring them back to activity. You never know what you can get with some of these late round picks. Could be a steal just waiting to happen. If the player comes back to activity and earns very well, you'll be very happy with that result, even if they have a much lower TPE at the time of the draft. So maybe Slim Mathers is one of those steals later on in the season 43 draft. So congratulations to Slim Mathers for being selected to the Buffalo Surge. 62 was passed by the Boise Raptors, and number 63 will be passed as well by the Scorpions. They are out of the draft, as are the Lunar Base Space Rangers, who pass at number 64. 65, the Rougarou will pass to leave the draft as well, as will the Providence Crabs and the Detroit Demons at picks number 72 and 73, leaving us only with 3 teams remaining in the draft, those being OBX, Buffalo, and New York, all Legends East teams. And Benny, as mentioned, you guys are still picking later in the draft. Do you want to lead us on into number 75?
Historically speaking, we don't like passing.
True.
With the 75th overall pick, the Outer Banks Aviators select Vince Whirlwind, user 39 Cobra. They're a right fielder. Kind of like AJ said, trying to strike lightning in the bottle here. See what you did there? Yeah. Moving on.
This render is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. Like, this is
Nice job, Sonic.
Absolutely for a 103 TPE, most likely inactive. This render is super good. So it just looks amazing. So congratulations, Vince Whirlwind, for being drafted to Outer Banks here at pick number 75. Number 76 was passed by the Pathfinders, and number 77 will be passed by the Surge as well. They have left the draft. Number 78, the New York Voyagers will make their first selection. Finally, all the way in the 5th round, the Voyagers actually have a pick that they aren't trading away and that they're actually doing something with. They're going to draft Hingle McCringleberry, left fielder from the Swift Steeds, user UK Wazoo, 100 TPE. We do actually have a quote from Enoch who simply states that he had the coolest name and is amazing in the Prospect League right now. So be sure to tune into the Prospect League streams as they continue on this off-season. Hingle McCringleberry will be there in the Prospect League, and you can see how well they do as time goes on. So congratulations to UK Wazoo for being selected to the New York Voyagers here at pick number 78. 79 and 80 were passed, and so that brings us to the 6th round, where we have only 2 teams remaining. Benny, you want to lead us into number 91?
With the 91st overall pick, the Outer Banks Aviators select William McDowell, user Brainwashed. They're a right fielder. The hopes are that we can brainwash them into returning to the league. That's all.
Well, congratulations to William McDowell, and I believe that is actually the last draftee in the class. So without needing to pass, the Voyagers and Aviators just finished their draft in the 6th round here, as William McDowell, the last selection of the draft to the Outer Banks Aviators at number 91. So congratulations to all the draftees that we saw go to different majors teams tonight. Hope you all wound up on a team that you enjoy in the future as part of as on the call up, as well as a locker room that you can enjoy right now, as all of your GMs will likely be reaching out very shortly to you to add you to those locker rooms and to get you associated with all of your new and future teammates. So a big congratulations to all of the teams that got all the draftees that they wanted. Woo! And a big thank you, as always, to both the mod team for moderating the stream, as well as, of course, the Draft Graphics team for once again putting together one phenomenal draft stream presentation. Love you all. You are fantastic people, very talented with the renders. and you always make this draft stream a pleasure to go through. So thank you all, and thank you to all the Majors GMs that hopped on the call tonight. Benny and Zach, I know you're still here, but thank you to Paz, Phillies, and Scud, who also I'm sorry, Paz and Scud for joining in Phillies. I know you wanted to join a lot, but thank you for sending in those quotes last minute, and thank you to all the Majors GMs who did send in quotes as well. Much appreciated to all of you. It really makes my job a lot easier. So
shout out to AJ for hosting, and this also the stream was under 1 hour, which is crazy.
woo.
So good job. And also I wanted to play myself out, so I will talk to you guys later.
Enoch Stinky.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll call it a stream. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Much appreciated. All the draft renders and the trades will be posted, as well as the draft itself, to the forum a little bit later. Be sure to tune in to all the upcoming streams. Keep an eye on game day for all the upcoming stuff. Prospect League Championship is tomorrow night. Miners Draft is on Saturday. Awards stream on Sunday. We got a lot of PBE, even in the off season, to bring right to all of you at home. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you later on in the regular season when I start streaming those regular season games. Much appreciated to all of you for watching and tuning in, and we will see you all later. Bye now.